All right, guys, welcome back. Part two on our three-part series of how to allow layoffs and job transition to work for you and not against you. And if you remember in our last video, we discussed the importance of taking time to process, to be still, and to fully process through the impact of getting this message, getting this notification of the layoffs that are coming. Moving on to stage two, which is what I would call the evaluation stage. And there's really three key parts to this. The first one is reflecting. The second one is envisioning. And the third part of it is evaluating life as a whole. So when I think about reflection, what's most important here, guys, is looking back through your last role, your last environment, your last job, and pulling out the things that were most impactful to you. Who are the people you made an impact on? Who are the people that impacted you? What were the things you accomplished? What were the projects you completed? And not just as a team, but what was your actual personal impact on that? And the importance of this is twofold. Number one, it helps you tell the story when you get into your interviews. But just as important, this is the stuff that you can revert back to when the job search gets hard, the interviews may not be going well, and your confidence starts to take a hit, recruiters start ghosting you. These are the things that you can go back to derive confidence from in the midst of this interview process, which, as we know, can be grueling. Second thing I'll talk about is vision. Guys, so this is so important to really focus in on what's the environment that you want to be a part of next. What kind of leadership do you want to work for? What kind of leader do you want to be? What size of company? What's the importance of the industry? And I always feel like the more focused we can get on that vision, the more energy we put towards that, the more clarity you're going to get. And clarity in the job search is really important. And the last thing, guys, is evaluating life as a whole. And what I mean by that is this is the perfect time to start new daily habits, to start getting into a better routine from an overall health perspective. How's your diet? How's your morning routine looking? How's your exercise routine? And the most important part of this to me is relationships. You know, the job search can be an extremely selfish endeavor. And if we spend all of our waking time focused on ourselves and where we're at in this job search, number one, we can start to push out people that are close to us. But number two, it becomes an incredibly anxious and fearful state. So how's your marriage? How are things with your children? You know, I had a conversation yesterday with a contact of mine and going through this process, and his son's leaving in January to go play big time SEC college football. And, you know, our discussion was centered around the fact that he's going to have these next few months to really be able to pour into him as a son, to really instill some wisdom and really just spend time with him before he, takes off into the chaos of college football. So that's it, guys. So taking time to evaluate, taking time to reflect, taking time to envision your next step, taking time to really look at your life as a whole and how you can make this season work for you. And then we'll come back next time to discuss the strategy of the search.